This article contains affiliate links. We may receive a commission on any sales we generate from it. Learn more. Mick Lynch spoke to Naga Munchetty on BBC Breakfast as industrial action on the rail network continued on Saturday. However, the grilling was criticised by some BBC viewers who felt Munchetty failed to press Mr. Lynch when he avoided answering questions and compared the interview to instances when Munchetty and her co-host Charlie Stayt clashed with Tory MPs. Munchetty began by asking Mr. Lynch to provide an update on negotiations between the union and the rail companies. However, the General Secretary of the RMT union launched an attack on Transport Secretary Grant Shapps. He said, "We'll be negotiating next week with Network Rail and the train operators starting on Monday. We'll see if they're ready to shift their position so we can get a compromise." Read more, but I have to say the comments from Grant Shapps over the last couple of days have been extremely unhelpful. Yesterday he said he was going to issue S-188 redundancy notices to our members. It's a power he doesn't actually have because he's not the employer, so he's making all sorts of militant right-wing noises about the future of the railway. Munchetty then noted Shapps had declared a very fair pay offer had been put on the table during an interview with BBC Breakfast on Friday. "There isn't an offer whatsoever from any train operating company, so he seems to be saying to the public that every worker has had this offer of 8% when only half the workers in this dispute have had that offer," Mr. Lynch hit back. "That's an 8% offer over 3 years when inflation this week was published on the retail price index of 12.3%. So if we were to accept that, we would be getting a third of the level of inflation for the next year, when in fact we think it could be 15 or 16%. It's totally inadequate. We've not had an unconditional offer of no compulsory redundancies. We have to accept cuts in the maintenance schedule of 50%, which we think imports a danger to the railway, and we have to chop up and rip up our conditions of service, which our members are not prepared to do." BBC Breakfast viewers weren't happy with the interview and took to Twitter to complain. @GaryHay54193354 tweeted, "@Breakfast journalists don't challenge anything that #Mick Lynch says, but Charlie and Naga are like a Rottweiler when it's a member of the government." Ian Tipton 8 quipped, "@Breakfast, what a difference between Charlie's interview with Grant Shapps yesterday and Naga's with Mick Lynch this morning. Charlie was aggressive, kept interrupting and at times rude. Naga didn't interrupt once and didn't press him on any point. Terrible bias. @Breakfast, Naga fails to put Mick Lynch under pressure unlike her interviews with politicians. Is this a demonstration of her own views or BBC diktat?" Mick Lynch, like politicians, avoided answering questions. @Totting172160039 remarked. Another pathetic interview on News by @TVNaga01, letting lefty idiot Lynch push his bullshit propaganda without questioning what he said, once contradicted himself several times. "Time to ditch the license," @Andy26 vented. However, @Andrew Jashton1 disagreed, Naga taking the sensible, non-confrontational approach to interviewing Mick Lynch. #Breakfast. BBC Breakfast airs on BBC One daily at 6 a.m.